Damon Cliff.
Thank you.
Hawk Dance Farm. It's got a great farm. They have vegetables, and they're at the farmer's market. I don't
And
know.
we have a small CSA if anybody needs a
Yeah,
share.
it has small CSA too. It's a Rockland CSA. Okay, Roberta. You want to stand?
Yeah. I guess that's okay. Yeah, that's good. So aside from the fact that I haven't had really any time to write my own poems, and the fact that Poetry Month, April is National Poetry Month, is coming up, so I've been reading some poems of other people, but every spring, it's a little early, but not quite. I love to look at this poem by Robert Frost, Two Tramps in Mud Time. So I'm going to read it. I've memorized this poem twice, but somehow I didn't have time to rememorize it. So I'm going to read it, but I know it pretty well. Two Tramps in Mud Time. Out of the mud, two strangers came and caught me splitting wood in the yard. And one of them put me off my aim by hailing cheerily, "Hit them hard." I knew pretty well why he dropped behind and let the other go on away. I knew pretty well what he had in mind. He wanted to take my job for pay. Good blocks of oak it was I split, as large around as a chopping block, and every piece I squarely hit fell splinterless as a cloven rock. The blows that a life of self-control spares to strike for the common good that day, giving loose to my soul, I spent on the unimportant wood. The sun was warm, but the wind was chill. You know how it is with an April day, when the sun is out and the wind is still. You're 1 month on in the middle of May. But if you so much as dare to speak, a cloud comes over the sunlit arch, a wind comes off a frozen peak, and you're 2 months back in the middle of March. A bluebird comes tenderly up to a light and turns to the wind to unruffle a plume, his song so pitched as not to excite a single flower as yet to bloom. It is snowing a flake, and he half knew winter was only playing possum. Except in color, he isn't blue, and he wouldn't advise a thing to blossom. The water for which we may have to look in summertime with a witching wand, in every wheel rut's now a brook, in every print of a hoof a pond. Be glad of water, but don't forget the lurking frost in the earth beneath that will steal forth after the sun is set and show on the water its crystal teeth. The time when most I loved my task, these two must make me love it more by coming with what they came to ask. You'd think I never had felt before the weight of an axe head poised aloft, the grip on earth of outspread feet, the life of muscles rocking soft and smooth and moist in vernal heat. Out of the woods, two hulking tramps, from sleeping God knows where last night, but not long since in the lumber camps. They thought all chopping was theirs of right. Men of the woods and lumberjacks, they judged me by their appropriate tool. Except as a fellow handled an axe, they had no way of knowing a fool. Nothing on either side was said. They knew they had but to stay their stay, and all their logic would fill my head, as that I had no right to play with what was another man's work for gain. My right might be love, but theirs was need. And where the two exist in twain, theirs was the better right, agreed. But yield who will to their separation, my object in living is to unite my avocation and my vocation, as my two eyes make one in sight. Only where love and need are one, and the work is play for mortal stakes, is the deed ever really done for heaven and the future's sakes. So I have one very short one and then another one, if you don't mind. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is a poem from a book called Poetry Unbound, 50 Poems to Open Your World, by, I'm going to murder his name, Padraig Ó Tuama. Anyway, he has a podcast, and it's really cool because he reads poems and then he kind of gives his interpretation of the poems and then he reads it again. It's very cool. Anyway, this is a poem by Ilya Kaminsky, and it's called We Lived Happily During the War. And when they bombed other people's houses, we protested, but not enough. We opposed them, but not enough. I was in my bed. Around my bed, America was falling, invisible house by invisible house by invisible house. I took a chair outside and watched the sun. In the 6th month of a disastrous reign in the house of money, in the street of money, in the city of money, in the country of money, our great country of money, we, forgive us, lived happily during the war. And this last poem is by Dilruba Ahmed, and it's called Phase 1. For leaving the fridge open last night, I forgive you. For conjuring white curtains instead of living your life. For the seedlings that wilt now in tiny pots, I forgive you. For saying no first, but yes as an afterthought. I forgive you for hideous visions after childbirth brought on by loss of sleep, and when the baby woke repeatedly for your silent rebuke in the dark. What's your beef? I forgive you for letting vines overtake the garden, for fearing your own propensity to love, for losing again your bag en route from San Francisco, for the equally heedless drive back on the caffeine-fueled return. I forgive you for leaving windows open in rain and soaking library books again, for putting forth only revisions of yourself with punctuation worked over instead of the disordered truth. I forgive you. For singing mostly when the shower drowns your voice, for so admiring the drummer you failed to hear the drum. In forgotten tin cans may forgiveness gather, pooling in gutters, gushing from pipes, a great steady rain of olives from branches, relieved of cruelty and petty meanness. With it, a flurry of wings, 13 gray pigeons. Ointment reserved for healers and prophets. I forgive you. I forgive you. For feeling awkward and nervous without reason, for bearing Keats's empty vessel with such calm, you worried you had perhaps no moral center at all. For treating your mother with contempt when she deserved compassion. I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you. For growing a capacity for love that is great, but matched only perhaps by your loneliness. For being unable to forgive yourself first, so you could then forgive others, and at last find a way to become the love that you want in this world. Thank you.
Roberta Roll. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Tim Riley, wherever the hell he is. I told him. Hey, Tim.
I'll go the other way. Fine.
George Jones. Wow. Yeah.
Okay. All those casual amateur guys. Anyway, you sound good.
Hey,
Okay, you're gonna just sing?
yeah, we'll talk a little bit.
Okay, would you please welcome to our humble stage, Tim Riley.
Good evening, everybody. Okay, so tonight, normally I come up here and I really hope that someone comes up ahead of me and who has limited skill or has no idea what they're doing, but nobody did that tonight. So now I'm coming behind you and I'm just going to do this in shame and see what comes up, okay? But I really appreciate you guys letting me come up on this stage. Ireland's been mentioned on this stage this evening, thank you. One of the songs we're going to be doing tonight is a pub song. I'm going to see a show of hands. Who here would like to do the chorus with me? Okay, that was just overwhelming. Thank you so much.
What's the chorus?
Oh, okay. I could sing the chorus now, but it's not the first song. So why don't I try to get through my first song first? You know, what'd you say, dude?
Come on, dude.
Come on, dude.
Let's go. It's
You've done
late.
this before,
It's
too.
late. Let's do it.
Yes, we have. All right. Thank you, everybody. Good evening. What's up? Oh, they don't want to hear my guitar.
Oh, yes, they do.
Oh, boy.
You'd be surprised.
Sometimes. Thank you, Harry. Tell me, do you think it'd be alright if I could just crash here tonight? I'm no shape for driving, and I've got no place to go. You know it might not be that bad. We're the best I ever had. If I hadn't blown the whole thing years ago, might not be alone. Tomorrow we can drive around this town. Let the cops chase us around. Past is gone, but something's bound to take its place. Hey, jealousy. Hey, jealousy. Hey, jealousy. Hey, jealousy. If you trust me not to drink, not to sleep around, if you don't expect too much of me, might not be let down. 'Cause all I really want's to be with you. Feel like I matter too. If I hadn't blown the whole thing years ago, I might not be alone. We can drive around this town, let the cops chase us around. Past is gone, but something's found to take its place. Hey, jealousy. Hey, jealousy. Hey, jealousy. Hey, jealousy. Let the cops chase us around. The past is gone, but something's found to take its place. Hey, jealousy, she took my heart. Well, there's one thing I couldn't start. Okay, that was not the pub song. Who knows of the Dropkick Murphys? Very important people. I think I can give you, I'm going to try to give you the chorus if you want to join in. And I wish you were here, how I wish you were here. I'm out on my own, I'm so far from home, and I wish you were here. There's the chorus. Join me if you feel like it. Did I fail you some way that you're not telling me now? Did I fail you some way, somewhere, somehow? When you took that last step beyond the door, I can't follow you there. Can't follow for sure. It's a road that you take all on your own, when you don't come back from, and there's no place like home. And I wish you were here, how I wish you were here. I'm out on my own, I'm so far from home, and I wish you were here. Are you watching me now, all alone in this place? Are you seeing me cry? Oh, how I miss your face and the warmth of your smile and the light in your eyes. There was no fare thee well, and there was no goodbye. And I wish you were here, how I wish you were here. I'm out on my own, I'm so far from home, and I wish you were here. When I'm looking back, when I'm looking back on the time that we shared, we knew you were loved and that I always cared. I always cared. And I wish you were here. How I wish you were here. I'm out on my own. I'm so far from home. And I wish you were here. Oh, I wish you were here. How I wish you were here. I'm out on my own, I'm so far from home, and I wish you were here.
Tim Riley.
Thank you, sir.
While Gary comes up, I just wanted to, I gave you kind of a cursory list of what's going on in March, but I'm just going to fill in a couple of blanks here because we have a bunch of stuff going on in March. So we have, tomorrow we have a talk on smart meters here, which is by
No,
Kat.
that's Sunday, that's Sunday.
Oh, it's not Saturday.
No,
Okay.
Saturday is the local musician show.
Right.
Sunday is the.
Sunday's, tomorrow's the local musician, so Sunday is gonna be Smart Meters, presentation by Catherine Levin and Kate Rees-Hurd.
At 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. And then, like I said, next Saturday we'll have music at the Grange with Carissa Hoffman. On March 16th, we have a family play and meet, which is, if you have little kids, this has been a fun thing. We're just trying to get some, young families together and get to know each other, and kids get play and get to know each other, so that's been pretty fun. We have movie and soup night on March 16th, and we're gonna have The Quiet Man, and so that'll be here at 3:30 as the movie starts, and then we will have soup afterwards, about 5 or so, I suppose. And that's always a good time. Then we have planting and caring for trees to protect streams. And that's going to be on Saturday, March 22nd, from 3 to 5. And that's going to be the Copiague Conservation Advisory Committee and the Copiague Grange presenting that. And then we're going to have jamming at the Grange on Sunday, March 23, and that's been fun. We just go sit in there and play music. It's pretty informal. And then we have children's art class on March 29th that Deborah Macheski is running along with Liz Fenimore. And then last but not least, we have music at the Grange, songs from the cinema. And that's going to be Ilana Meredith and Joe Rutkowski and Jim Mackin, and if you haven't seen it before, they have some really great stuff. It's worth seeing. It's a lot of fun. So, and I might as well plug Cold Chocolate too, because Cold Chocolate will be here on Saturday, April 5th, and they're an actual band, so that'll be worth seeing. So they're very good. 2 guys, percussion and guitar and mandolin and stuff, and I like their stuff. It's been nice. So, all right. Anyway, Gary.
No, Andy's next. I can't
Oh.
find my piece. So I don't know.
Oh, you're next. I'm sorry. Come on up. Oh yeah, you are next. How do you pronounce your last name?
Cecina.
Cecina. All right. You need anything?
Just
this
the
mic?
mic.
Okay. Do you want the seat?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'll borrow this.
Okay. Would you please welcome Andy Cecina?
Hi everyone. Well, it's been about 20 years since we moved into Copac, and I can still remember driving up the driveway at the house that we eventually bought, and it's been great. We love Copac. I'm not much of a poet, but Franny, my wife, is, and I'm going to read a poem that she wrote about the spring here in Copac. First of all, there is something about the Copac sky. Approaching home from any road, no matter, 10 minutes out of town, the sky becomes wider and the colors magical. The hills and fields shimmering with contrasting light. Weathered gray and stone-washed red barns intersect as the road curves. Angles of light and shadows, misty at dawn and powdery at dusk. Fields of gold, tilled soil in toffee brown. Patchwork pastures of verdant greens. All of the seasons are mystical around here, especially the in-between seasons. Wyeth, whites, and tans. This spring has approached slowly, every subtle change intensely felt. Birds peeping, daffodils, then suddenly tulips, blazing yellow shrubs, wild cherry trees, even some magnolias, pink, white, red, and now the lilacs. This spring, I have been drinking up these changes slowly, like sipping a fine wine, aware of each distinct flavor. Let's give it up for Franny. Stand up, Franny. Stand up. And I'm going to pick up on a line, on 3 words from Franny's poem. And I just have to get my little music box here ready. It is ready. You'll remember me when the west wind moves upon the fields of barley. You'll forget the sun in his jealous sky as we walk in fields of gold. So she took her love for to gaze a while upon the fields of barley. In his arms she fell as her hair came down among the fields of gold. Will you stay with me? Will you be my love among the fields of barley? We'll forget the sun in his jealous sky as we lie in fields of gold. I never made promises lightly, and there have been some that I've broken. But I swear in the days still left, we will walk in fields of gold. We will walk in fields of gold. I never made promises lightly, and there have been some that I've broken. But I swear in the days still left, we'll walk in fields of gold. We'll walk in fields of gold. Many years have passed since those summer days among the fields of barley. See the children run as the sun goes down among the fields of gold. You'll remember me when the west wind moves upon the fields of barley. You can tell the sun in his jealous sky when we walked in fields of gold. When we walked in fields of gold. When we walked in fields of gold. Just look around you here in Copac. Thank you, Sting.
Andy Cecina. Now Gary. Oh, Gary doesn't know if he can find his stuff. Did you find it? You didn't?
What's that? Oh, yeah.
You didn't? Okay. Does anybody else want to present anything? What? All right. So I guess we'll call it a night.
Thank you, Harry.
I'm so glad
Thank
that
you,
you all
Harry.
can come. It's great seeing everybody here. We will see you next week, or we'll see you at one of the many things. We'll see you tomorrow night. And if you're coming tomorrow night, come early because it sells out. Thanks.
You will know this, but you know the guy that played the piano, his wife is in a wheelchair.
Oh.
So we let her in this way.
Thank you so much.
So I just want to make sure that, you remember to lock it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, for sure. Oh, thank you. I did not know. Thanks a lot. I appreciate you doing that.